What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Diamond Deck Discussions Unfiltered. Coach Rob here, not very happy that obviously, Beard's been gone for a little bit. I had to get rid of this soul patch. Apparently, they said it wasn't in regulations. Also, I had to kind of raise up my mustache a little bit, so now I just look like a that word.
Okay, yeah.
I look like
I know. I get the word.
I look
Starts
like
with a P.
I look like I peed in a public park. Well, some kids were there, and now I am.
Oh God! Somebody help us.
Now I'm not allowed to go there anymore,
We're off to
or
a great
be
start. We're off to a great start.
or be within 100 feet of that place.
Yeah,
But look,
okay, yeah, off to a good start today. Here we go.
look, we're back. Okay, we are back a day later than we normally are. Yesterday was Cinco de Mayo, and today is Seis de Mayo, which normally means everybody's hungover as shit. I am not. I did not participate in the festivities.
We need to put the clapping on there for that one. Do you have it already? You got a clapping setting on there?
I do. Yes, I do. Yes,
Great job,
thank
bud.
you. I appreciate everybody. Thank you so much.
I feel like I need to be in charge of that. I think of
You
the
probably
things.
should. You probably should, because we still have our intro on here that we have not played in a few episodes. Wait, speaking
Oh yeah.
of intro, look, LSU fans, we're upset, as we should be. I think. You played in 3 close games, 3
Yeah.
tough games
Very.
this weekend. One of them you probably should have won.
Yeah. Well, definitely should have won. Yeah.
And I think that was the game 3. We definitely should have won that game.
Yep.
The issue was you leave something over the middle of the plate. In SEC, it's going to get hit a mile, and it did. It did, and it just so happened to be in late innings, and it just so happened to take the lead.
Yeah.
And we just couldn't come back. Your game 1, I think that there was a very strong possibility that we could have won that one too. But if you sit here going, we could have, you're just living in the past. And baseball is a game of flushing down the toilet and on to the next one. And speaking of the next one, it's Arkansas. And they come off a series sweep against the number 1 team in the nation, Texas, who is still the number 1 team in the nation.
Yep.
LSU only moves down to number 3. And me and Coach Jace were just talking. And if you're going to lose any series, you lose this weekend because we moved from 2 to 3.
Yeah, this weekend was just the perfect weekend to lose your series if you're going to do it. I mean, number 1 loss, number 2 loss, which was us. Number 3 lost their series. Number 4 didn't play. Number 5 beat number 3. They essentially swapped spots. Well, Florida State moved up to 2. LSU moved back to 3. But number 7 lost. Number 8 lost.
Right.
The only people in the top 10 that won their series was 5, 9, and 10.
Is A&M back in the
No, A&M is still out, which I disagree with.
I 100% disagree with.
I don't care about their record. It's what can you do for me now?
I think they proved enough.
And I think this is one of the better teams in the country. They're really solid. I mean, this is a team that got off to a horrendous start. We got on here. We got to talk about them. We got to talk shit about A&M, as we always like to do.
Yep.
How bad they got off to a start. You started number 1. You dropped out of the top 10 quickly. You dropped out of the top 25 quickly. Okay. But for whatever reason, mostly pitching staff and Jace Lavalette finding his way again and Caden Kent finding their way again, you're right back to the team everybody thought you should have been to start. Maybe not thought you should have been, but the expectation is back where, you're coming off of multiple SEC series wins. And, man, you're looking real good doing it. You're playing in close games where early in the year they weren't that close. Your bullpen's doing what they need to do. Your starting staff's doing what they need to do. And in my opinion right now, I don't know who is going to draw this Texas A&M team in their regional, but I feel so fucking bad for you.
100%.
Because if there are 3, and we were talking about this right before we started, if there are 3 SEC teams I do not want to see in LSU's regional, It's A&M, it's Mississippi State, it's Florida. And for whoever draws them, cross our fingers it's not our Tigers. Good luck, because that will not be easy. You're talking about three of the hottest teams in the country. This Mississippi State team fired their coach to go 4-0 right after they fired their head coach.
Yeah.
Like, this Texas A&M team got off to a bad start, but they're getting hot at the right time. They got hot at the right time. They're going on a run. They're riding this momentum going into the postseason. Like, this is not where you want to be as a 1 seed, seeing one of these 3 teams. I'm not really sure what Florida's done in the last few weeks, but I know that they've been a lot better than what they were early. This is not some of the 3 teams that you want to see in your regional coming in as a 3 seed at that. You know, this won't be 2 seeds. This is going to be your 3 seeds that get up in there. And, man, that is freaking scary on the outside looking in. If you're one of those teams sitting at the 1 seed, oh, yeah, we're at home. You know, we'll get a tough 2 seed. We went through the projected 2 seeds just a while ago. It's going to be very tough at the 2 seed. But then you throw in a Texas A&M at a 3 seed, and you're like, holy fuck, what the hell is going to happen here?
Well, I mean,
not only do I have a 2 seed that's tough, I got a potential team that could have been a 1 seed.
What was it last year? Last year, was it LSU and Florida that were both 3 seeds, or LSU was a 2 and Florida was a 3? If I'm not mistaken, Florida, we were 2 of like the last teams in, and I think we both got 3 seeds. If I'm not mistaken, LSU makes it to the championship game against North Carolina.
Right.
We collectively as a team fucked it up. One person in particular did a little bit more fucking up, but
collectively as a team,
we fucked up.
Yeah.
Right. Florida goes on to go to Omaha.
Yeah.
Like, anything can happen once regionals start, and once you get to, you know, your postseason play, especially SEC tournament. LSU didn't get off too hot to start the season last year, and we make it to the championship game against Tennessee in the SEC tournament.
Push them to the second game at that.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's when Milam came alive because other people weren't. Braswell did fucking phenomenal in that tournament. Who knows what the hell is going to happen once tournament play comes? Now, we assume we're hosting a regional and the super at the box.
Yep.
We assume. But we don't know.
So I want to talk about this Florida team because I did say I didn't know how they have been doing recently. So they got swept April 4th, 5th, and 6th against Vandy. You got swept in that series. Since then, you beat number 9 Florida State in your midweek. Okay. You sweep the winless Missouri team. Like, good job. You swept fucking winless Missouri still. Okay. You stomp Stetson in 7, 14-4. You take 2 out of 3 from Mississippi State. You beat Georgia Southern in a midweek in 7 innings, 12-1. You take 2 out of 3 from, at the time, number 5 Arkansas. And then you go into South Carolina this past weekend. You sweep that series. So you're talking about a team that is hot right now. Over the last, 4 weekends that is, they got 2 losses.
So glad we don't have to fucking play them.
Yeah. And now this weekend, absolute battle. They go to Austin, number 1, Texas, facing Florida. Okay. Closing out the season, you're home versus Alabama, who is currently ranked number 23. Didn't have the best weekend, went 1-2, lost their series as well this weekend. So 2 very good matchups to close out for Florida going into SEC play. That's a tough look right there for Florida. If you're LSU in this standpoint, right, regardless of this weekend, you go to South Carolina, which you should sweep. You sweep that, you go into the SEC tournament with a bunch of confidence, right? We'll kind of get into LSU here in just a little bit. But, man, this Florida team is peaking at the right time. And, again, we know what A&M's done over the last few weekends. Just told you what Florida's done. Mississippi State fired their head coach, goes 4-0 this week. Like, whoever gets those teams in their regional, man, good luck and Godspeed to you, because that is I can't say it's not fair, because it's fair. Like, it's just played out this way. But that is a tough draw.
Has Mizzou fired their head coach yet?
No.
Do they need to?
No, you got to give them some time to build a baseball team. Let me see how long he's been there.
Some time to build a baseball team?
Yeah.
They've been in the SEC for how long?
Yeah, let's see who their baseball coach is. So he only took over in June 2023. So he's been at the helm for 1 year. At the end of this season will be his second year. You got to give him some time to build a team. I mean, he's got to be able to recruit. And yeah, I get it. You build a team, you get your recruits, whatever. But I mean, you got to be able to prove yourself in the SEC. You got to be able to get guys that can compete in the SEC. Because I mean, let's face it, not everybody can do that. Okay, look at a guy that we've talked about a lot. If LSU makes a big run, I said this a few episodes ago. Look at a guy like Dalton Beck. Okay, he's had 7 at-bats for LSU this year. 7 and like 3 relief appearances. This is a guy that was all regional player for Incarnate Word last year. But, not everybody can. And I love Dalton Beck. You love Dalton Beck. I wish he would get more run as a lefty out the pen. Let's see what he can do. I mean, it can't hurt nothing to try to throw another lefty out there.
We love Blaze Priester too, but he ain't getting shit.
You love Blaze Priester, who, again, in the fall led the team in homers. It was like third on team bat average in the fall. Hit like 380 or 360 or something.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things where you really got to figure. Look at a guy like Tanner Reeves. Great offensively. He can't field a ground ball to save his life. And I said a few episodes, or maybe I texted it to you a couple weeks ago, that Tanner Reeves was one of my favorite players on the team this year. Him and Danny, the 2 of my favorite guys. And, but you find a guy in a Danny Dickinson who came from essentially nowhere, came out in his interview, said, I've never seen a hunter before until I played in SEC. And he's making this look like it's nothing. I mean, he's making it look like everyday baseball for him. And he's in a little slump.
Athletes adjust.
Athletes adjust, but it's about finding. You can go out and you can have the number 1 recruiting class, the number 1 transfer portal class, the number 1 this, the number 1 that. Can those dudes play at the top level? You don't see in the college sport a Dylan Cruz and a Derek Curiel at their freshman year just absolutely dominating the sport. Now the kid from Georgia Tech, what's the big home run hitter? Set a bunch of records last year as a freshman. Like, you have them. You have those guys, right? This is not to take away from those guys. But you're talking about a freshman making an immediate impact is not an everyday thing in the college sport. Up and down the sports, basketball, football, baseball, and keep going on. But especially in baseball, because the game is so hard.
Drew Burris,
yes, Georgia Tech. If this guy, Carrick Jackson at Missouri, who's their head coach, if he can't find the guys to compete at the highest level, again, you can have a great recruiting class. You can have a great transfer portal. Can those guys play SEC top of the line baseball is the question. Some can, some can't. Now, I haven't really followed Missouri close besides how much they've lost. So I have no idea what their team stats look like, who their best hitter is. I have no clue. But clearly these guys aren't getting it done at the SEC level. And until he finds the right guys, or if he doesn't find the right guys, he will lose his job. I mean, that's just the way it goes in SEC. That's how it is.
I'm just trying to find out, because if you can recruit the likes of Tanner Houck, Max Scherzer, Kyle Gibson, Cameron Minzer, who's recently come out in the MLB and really show, and then the best recruit of all, the GOAT, Tony V, played at Mizzou. Right? Like, if you can have guys like that, then how the fuck can you not?
Besides Cameron Miser, I mean, you're talking about a whole different age group of guys. I mean,
no, you're talking about that. I'm not talking about
that. Tanner Houck would be like the closest age group to Cam. And again, you're talking different head coaches. You're talking before Missouri came into the SEC. I mean, there's a lot of different things that go into play here. Before NIL, that's more of like a last couple year thing too. And your bigger names are going to be your bigger names.
Yeah, but what is Missouri good at? Not football.
Nothing. I mean,
not football. Not basketball.
I mean, they were their first year in the SEC. They didn't they win the SEC that year? Their first year. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I think so. I think they were up there. They were one of the top teams in the SEC. Their first year, very first year in the SEC.
SEC football champions.
Yeah, just look at that and see who's played who over the last few years. When was the first year? Was that 16, 14? How long has that been now? I feel like it's been 2 years, but I know it's been way longer than that.
All I know is that since there's only been 3 teams since 2011 that have won the SEC championship in football.
Yeah, but who have they played? Is what I'm talking. I didn't say they.
And it's been LSU, Georgia, and Alabama.
Yeah, one of them played Missouri though. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Just for shits and giggles, Jace.
All right, so 2012 was the first year that they came in. Let's see what they did.
2014. Alabama defeated Missouri 42-13.
Okay.
So what year did they come in?
2012.
Oh.
2013 they went 12-2. 2014 they went 13-3 and hadn't done shit since. Except this past year they went 11-3, or 2 years ago they went 11-2. Pretty fucking good. But
anyways,
yeah, they're not.
What
good
is Missouri known for?
They're really not.
We
good.
don't fucking know because it's not basketball.
It's not a major sport.
It's not. No,
it's not. It's not a take away from everything else. It's just not a major sport. But I mean, you got LSU that's like good at everything. We got men's golf, women's golf, gymnastics, baseball, football, swim, hockey, golf. Like we're good at everything. We're in everything school.
Wrestling.
Oh, okay.
They won wrestling in 2010, 2014, and 2014. Okay. I guess two guys because you can have that.
Yeah, different weight groups.
Yeah, they won pole vault in 1925 as well.
Okay, were they in the SEC in 1925?
Buddy, Tulane was in the SEC. Tulane and Georgia Tech. I don't know if you know this or not. Tulane and Georgia Tech used to be in SEC. So they are the only two, according to SEC bylaws, they are the only 2 teams that are technically allowed back in the SEC if they choose to do so because of the SEC laws, like the bylaws
they
and
won't.
shit.
Yeah, they won't.
But I'm saying if they ever wanted to.
Georgia Tech, maybe. Tulane, no.
I'm just saying.
Well, you got to remember, that was also at the peak of like the LSU Tulane rivalry. You know, my dad had a what's the little clips? It's like a little circle. It's a pin.
A button.
Yeah, a button, a pin, whatever.
Call it a button.
He had it on his visor on his truck. And it said, a rainy day as a Tiger is better than the most beautiful sunshiny day as a
lot
Tulane.
Of words for a fucking button.
It was a lot, but it was one of those things where the rivalry was real between LSU and Tulane years and years and years ago. But yeah, I didn't know. Actually, I didn't know that about Georgia Tech. I did know that about Tulane.
Yes. So Tulane and Georgia Tech both used to be in the SEC and are the only 2 teams in the entire NCAA that could be allowed back because Greg Sankey says we're not allowing anybody back. But because of the SEC bylaws, they could be the only 2 teams allowed back. Solid. Now, back to this baseball shit show of Missouri. They've won 2 technically. Their mascot won a national championship, by the way.
Okay, yeah. Missouri's not good at anything.
In cheerleading.
Let's get back to some LSU.
Truman the Tiger.
Oh, my God.
Won a national championship.
How long is this going to go for?
In 2024, recent. And then they won back-to-back cheerleading national championships. In 22 and 23, they won wrestling championship. They're really good at track. I've learned this just taking this deep dive. They're really good in track and field and wrestling. Wrestling, they have a lot of national championships as well as men's and women's track, outdoor and indoor.
Yeah, they did. Okay, back to LSU.
Damn, Truman the Tiger won another national championship in 2004.
Dude, nobody cares. No,
I didn't know a mascot could win a national championship, dude.
Missouri Tigers, if you're listening, thank you for listening. You also suck at a lot of shit. Figure
that
out.
Matters.
Yeah. Congratulations to your
doesn't
mascot.
Matter.
Cheerleading.
Victoria's a state champion.
It's not gymnastics. Let's put it that way.
It's not.
Anyway,
it's kind of.
all right. Let's go back to this LSU Texas A&M series. Because there is some praise that I want to give to a couple people here.
So there's one guy I want to tell fuck you.
Jesus.
There's one guy I want to tell fuck you.
It's got to be Evan because he's an A&M fan. He had to give you some shit.
No, he did. He really didn't. It was very surprising. Thank you, Evan, for not giving a shit. I guess.
I would have definitely guessed.
Not even in a group text. Nothing. Do not know.
Silence kills. I guess.
I guess. Now, Lavalette, buddy, you might have lost your first round spot.
Oh no, God no!
You don't think so?
Fall to the Red Sox, please. I'll take that all day, every day.
I will not.
Hell yeah! Give me Jace Lavalette all fucking day.
So many better people out there. This motherfucker had one hit.
He did.
He had one hit all weekend.
What's your point? There's so many better people out there.
He sucks.
There's so many better people out there. You know Derek Curiel had one hit.
He fucking sucks.
You know Derek Curiel had one hit this weekend, right? In game 3.
And he's going to be freshman of the year.
Okay. So
Lavalette has had what, 10 hits all season?
No, he's hitting 290.
The same thing. It's the same fucking thing.
He's definitely not losing his first round draft pick.
He
is
dropped
100%.
He did drop some spots.
He's not the number one pick. Absolutely.
He
not.
was never the number one pick. Ethan Holiday was the number one pick.
Depending on who you talk to.
Well,
they were flip-flop for 1 and 2. Now neither of them are the number one pick.
Why?
Because some kid in high school is throwing like 117.
Oh, that's that fucking lefty, huh?
Yeah, they got some other dudes that are number one. But Lavalette is definitely a first-round draft pick. Probably top 10. If he falls to the Sox, I will be jumping for fucking joy.
Still wanted to tell him, fuck you. You didn't let me. So fuck you. How about that? Or fuck you. How about that?
Fuck you, Dale. Okay, so there is some good highlights that I want to point out for this weekend. As bad as it was, you go 1 and 2. But look, there are some really good things that happen here. Cade Anderson is one. He goes 6, only 3 hits, 1 earned run, 12 punchies. Okay. Big game 1 that was kind of wasted. Zach Cohen, didn't have his best stuff, but there's a lot of people that didn't have their best stuff for LSU this weekend. We'll dive into that. But back to game 1 here. Another guy I want to give a lot of praise to. Okay. And I think is about to take over the Gavin Guidry role in LSU, take over the Case and Evan role in LSU. Maverick Rizzi has seemed to have figured it out. Okay. This is a guy who struggled with command a lot. And game 1, he comes in, goes 1 2/3 innings, okay, faces 6 guys, throws 22 pitches in those 6 guys. So that's 4 pitches, less than 4 pitches a guy. We'll take that all day long. 1 walk, 4 punchies in those 6. Okay. 4 of his 5 outs came via the punch out. Threw a ton of strikes. I loved what I saw from Maverick Rizzi. Thought it was phenomenal. Loved what I saw from Cade Anderson. Thought he was back looking like himself in the first game of a doubleheader that day. Cade looked good. Maverick Rizzi looked really good. But there's a guy that we have got to give a shout-out to, and somebody that I was very wrong about in our Thursday podcast that we released Friday. I said Anthony Ianson would not go past 7 like he hasn't done all year. And boy, did he ever prove me fucking wrong. And I am so glad. Oh, he definitely listened to us and heard me say that.
100%.
I'm so glad to be proven wrong. Anthony Ianson goes 912 pitches, complete game, 1 run, 2-1. Tigers win the game. It was everything that LSU needed in a game 2 of a doubleheader because you didn't have to use your bullpen. Okay, you didn't have to go to Kaysen. You had him on Sunday. You didn't have to go back to Zach. You had him on Sunday because he only threw a third of an inning in that game, in game 1, 16 pitches. So the night off, bounce back next day, easily pitchable again. You didn't have Rizzi. You didn't have Cade for this game, obviously. But Anthony Ianson, my goodness, what a fucking performance. It earned him the co-SEC Pitcher of the Week. He is also now, according to On the Clock / College Baseball and MLB on X, the Division I college baseball strikeout leaders consist of number 1, Liam Doyle, who got fucked in his Friday game this weekend.
Yep.
Okay. But he still leads the country in strikeouts with 115. Number 2, Cade Anderson. Number 5, Anthony Ianson. LSU's got 2 of the top 5 strikeout leaders in all of Division I college baseball, and a lot of it has to do with these games that we see from Anthony. I mean, look, you're talking about a guy that got off to not the best start. I was very hard on him, didn't really prove us wrong. We were both very hard on him. Very flat fastball. Secondary stuff has always been elite. We have said that from the beginning, has always been elite. But you get a game with 17 punches. Okay, you get another game in Saturday doubleheader, 14 punches, only 3 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk. He faced 32 guys. I mean, this is an absolute masterpiece. If you want to learn how to put young kids out there, first off, get your parents' permission to listen to us. If you want to learn how to pitch, watch Saturday night Anthony Ianson pitch, because it was a complete game, abso-fucking-lute masterpiece is what it was. Okay? You couldn't have drawn it up any better for LSU going to Sunday. You got Kaysen. You got the entire bullpen except Rizzy. You got Zach. You got everybody. Unfortunately, late in the game, Jace Lavalette facing a lefty, squibbles one off the fucking end of his bat for a hit. Next guy gets fooled on a pitch, sticks the bat out, it drops for a hit, and then they go 3-run homer late in the game on Sunday to take the lead and essentially win the game. But my goodness, what a performance from these couple of guys. And you know, the biggest thing for me is Coach Rob's writing down a lot of shit over there. I can't wait to see what he's got to say. The biggest thing for me is this. Zach Cohen goes 2/3 of an inning in his 2 games. He pitched first game Saturday and then game on Sunday. 2/3 of an innings total. 5 hits, 4 earned runs, faced only 7 guys. That's not the Zach Cohen that we know. We know this. He'll be just fine. It wasn't his weekend, okay? It just wasn't his weekend. Here's the other thing. Derek Curiel, we know what he's done at the plate. Jared Jones, we know what he can do at the plate. And Chris Stanfield, you led the SEC in hitting up to this point. They all had bad weekends. Stanny missed 2 routine fly balls for him in the outfield. Routine. The first one was the one that he dove. It was in his glove and it ended up sliding out. He went all the way back to the fucking warning track and then come sprinting in. It was just a horrible, horrible read off the bat. Terrible read. And you know, the win this, the win that. No. You're a Division I college baseball player. Okay? You play for LSU. The wind should not bother you. You should know what the wind is doing and not run all the way back to the fucking warning track.
Correct.
Okay. Misses that one, misses another routine fly ball they had to go back for. They ended up moving him to left field and putting DC in center field for game 2 and game 3 because it was so bad. But those 3 combined, here's what I want to talk about. Those 3 guys combined. Okay, Derek Curiel's coming off of a huge weekend, right? Against Tennessee. Monster weekend against Tennessee after losing his own base streak.
Right.
Game 2, game 3. Huge weekend. Okay, midweek, same thing. Those 3 guys combined go 6 for 35, hitting 171 combined, 14 strikeouts, and here's the kicker right here. 3 games, 35 at-bats, 1 walk. 14 strikeouts between the 3. Yeah. 14 strikeouts, 1 walk between those 3 guys. That's not winnable numbers. And you know, you got to have these three because Stanley's been in the 9 hole. He's got to flip it to the top, which is what he's done all year. He's been the best hitter in the SEC. Numbers show it. Okay, not the power, but average. Show it. DC hitting in the 2 hole, leadoff spot, 4 hole, 3 hole, wherever they feel like putting him that day, wherever Jay wants to put him that day, because he's been shuffling the lineup a lot here recently, which this is what I had arguments with at the beginning of last year. Find a 9, stick to it. Like, let's go. Stop shuffling this shit around. I mean, for the first time all year, we saw fucking John Pearson hit DH. Where did this shit come from? I don't hate it. I'm not.
I don't either.
This ain't me hating it, but at the same time, you're 37-9. Why are we shuffling the lineup? What are we doing? Again, not trying to question Jay here. I trust NJ. We trust, but
I think it's because we lost that game 1.
Yeah, I do too.
We lose the game 1, and on top of that, you play back to back.
Yeah,
and right. I don't know, but then it worked. I say worked. We won 2-1.
I was about to say, did it work?
I don't know, which is why. So offensively, this is what I was writing down. So offensively,
I had the mic for a while, so you got it.
Yeah, it's fine. So look, we were outscored 10-7 on the weekend. Okay, now we weren't out hit. We weren't out hit. We had 21. They had 18. Okay. Errors. We had 3 they had none. So you lose games, right?
And what were the run differentials?
10-7.
How many
so
is that?
3.
How many errors do we have?
3.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, I mean, you go off of that, and then if you go off of that, you say LSU had more hits and less runs. You think, oh, we must have left a shit ton on base. A&M had 23 left on base, and LSU had 19.
Yeah.
Make that make sense, Coach.
Not getting the timely hit. I mean, that's all there is to it. And look, same thing happens in game 3. Okay. We're pissing on balls. A&M's pissing on balls. It's not finding a gap. And then against Zach, well, no, actually, this was against who pitched in that game 3? Who was the lefty that came in game 3?
Was it Cooper?
Connor Ware. Connor Ware comes in to face Jace Lavalette, right?
Okay.
Gets him in the 2-strike count, making him look foolish like all our lefties did all weekend. And he freaking dribbles one in no man's land, and he's so fucking fast. Brazzy had no shot to make the play at third base to get him. Nice shot. I see you trying to play it.
I went to go throw the beer can, and it slipped out my hand and landed right by Diesel. Diesel just goes and just looks at it.
But, a little cap shot from Jace Lavalette to get him on first.
Oh, it's cold.
And then next guy against Cowan, right? We go get Zach at this point. Next guy gets fooled on a pitch and punches one to right field, falls in no man's land. And even the announcer said it, 2 of the softest hits you will see all year long. Baseball's an unfair game. You can piece one up at 110 and you get out. Or you can miss one and hit it 50 miles per hour and it just finds the no man's land.
And if you play online on MLB The Show, you fucking know the pain. Whether you play baseball or not.
Absolutely.
You could piece one up.
Yep.
And it's a line drive to the second baseman.
Yep.
At a whopping 110.
Yeah.
And you get jammed, or you throw one and you jam the guy thinking, oh, it's an out. Nope. Right over first baseman's head, lands on and scores a run.
It just happens. It's baseball, which is, I said a long time ago, I hate everybody bitching that, oh, perfect needs to be a home run every time. No, it fucking doesn't. That's not real life. Okay, it's not.
God damn it. Bella.
Not real life. What happened? Oh, I'm bouncing?
Yeah, she's moving you.
Fix me back up, Coach.
I did.
What we got here? Let's see. All right.
It's right on you.
So you get 2 softies, and then look, Zach makes a great pitch. The 3-hole hitter, whatever his name is, just gets his hands extended and hits a perfect changeup on the outside corner over the fence. It's just one of those. It was a perfect pitch. It was an even better swing. That's all there is to it. It happens. It's baseball. Like, this is the things that you can't predict. And again, you got Zach Cohen in the 8th with a 1-run lead. You can't ask for anything else for LSU at this point.
Right.
You did the bull. Kaysen only gives you 3 1/3. He threw a lot of pitches. Got the pitch count up to 93 pitches in 3 1/3,
which is
DJ comes in.
It's impressive if you ask me. I don't think I've ever
30 pitches in an inning. Yeah. DJ comes in, gets Jace out. Jaden Newt gives you a solid 1 2/3 innings. Cooper Williams comes in, gets Jace Lavalette out. And then you go to Chase Shores in the role that I wanted from back in the fall. The relief Chase Shores, where he can come in and air it out. Starting pitcher Chase Shores sits at 95 to 96. Relief pitcher Chase Shores sits at 99 to 101. Okay. He comes in, gives you 2 strong, strikes out 2, gives up 1 in the 8 batters that he faces in 35 innings. Chase Shores was fucking dominant. All there is to it. You go Connor Ware against Jace Lavalette. Again, we played the lefty-lefty matchup the whole game. Connor Ware gives up the little dribbler that should have been an out or should have been strike 3. He got lucky, fucking hits it third baseline where nobody's there. He's too fast. Nobody has a shot to throw him out. And then you go punchy to the right side and then 3-run homer. And just like that, Missouri's up 2.
Missouri.
I mean, not Missouri. A&M's up 2.
Damn, do you think about it that much?
Yeah, I know. You got me on the Missouri roll here.
Hey.
But
Max Scherzer went there.
A&M goes up 2, and you know, they seal the deal in the top of the 9th inning, and it's baseball. These things happen. If you're LSU, you go back and you do this game all over again the exact way that it happened with Zach in the 8th inning with a 1-run lead. You do it all over again. This is exactly what you want. Now, okay, offensively, this is not what you want, but you got the lead in the 8th. You haven't lost a game this year when you've led after 7. This is what you want. Didn't fall your way. It is what it is. It's not going to fall your way 100% of the time. It's just not. You take your medicine here. You got tonight off because of the rain against Grambling, which you didn't need to play anyway because you were in a lose-lose situation no matter what. If you won the game, you still lost RPI points. If you lost the game, you lost even more RPI points. This is a great takeoff, a great call from LSU right here to take this game off. You know, use the week to do like a mental reset. You got number 7 Arkansas coming into town. You're at home. You got Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Let's go to fucking work against Arkansas. Handle your business. Take 2 out of 3 from them. Now you own the tiebreaker over them. All of a sudden, you're in the 2 seed in the SEC. You go to South Carolina next weekend. You sweep that series or take 2-1. You go into the SEC tournament as a 2 or 3 seed. You go into the postseason as a top 8 seed, and you're hosting regionals and supers at the house, at the box. Nothing else you can ask for. Go do your fucking job this weekend.
Let me ask, though. It's supposed to be raining all week here. That's why they canceled the game tonight. I think rain's actually carrying into Saturday, if I believe. Friday, I believe they'll get the game in. But I think it might be one of those situations where Jay just goes, 8 o'clock start, just to be safe.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's supposed to do, but I know I'm supposed to go climb a tower on Friday. So, and that's the only reason to pick Fridays because that's the least amount of rain for this week. Where are you practicing and how are you preparing?
Well, it's LSU. They got indoor facilities.
Yeah, they got the indoor facility. That's fine, but it's not. It's not the same.
No, it's not. It's different.
So
speaking of the weather here, there's a tornado watch in effect currently.
Oh, solid.
So there's that.
As long as it's not a warning, but
yeah. When it comes to Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So Friday, there's 47% chance of rain, scattered thunderstorms. Saturday, PM thunderstorms, 71%, and Sunday, scattered thunderstorms at 53%.
Okay.
So yeah, look, it's gonna be tough to play baseball this weekend, but you got to get it in. Second to last weekend, some kind of way, somehow, it's the game's got to get played.
I know you're not. You are we haven't been in a while, betting men. We haven't been in a while, or at least I haven't. I don't know about you.
Yeah, no.
You have, buddy. Nobody important to you listens to this.
I meant the fact that I haven't been sharing them with you. I bet last night.
Oh,
I bet
fuck
tonight.
you, dude.
No, that's my 2 bets in the last couple of weeks. Is last night and tonight.
Okay,
that's it.
Nick sends me them every now and then. Amanda's husband.
I'm down to $1 left in my DraftKings account.
So you haven't been winning. Is that why you haven't been sharing?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair. I appreciate that. I think I still have like $70 in my DraftKings. I have not touched it.
I'm down to $1, but I do feel pretty confident about tonight's stuff.
What you got?
I don't know. I need my phone.
Anyways, if you were to bet on LSU this weekend, not asking winners, not asking losers, whatever, overs and unders. Say it's at 10 for all 3 games. Are you going unders all three, or are you splitting it up, or how are you doing it? I think it's going to be a shootout like it was this past weekend. I think just a little bit more offense.
I think for some reason, and I don't know this for sure, Jay Johnson has a different way with these guys. Okay, and I think you come off of a weekend like this where you lose a very key weekend. Had you handled business this weekend, you would be sitting pretty
Right.
for SEC standings, top 4 seed, get double bye, and your regional standing, top 8 seed, be at home, right? You would be sitting gorgeously had you done your job this weekend or this past weekend. The pressure is on you now. You got a great Arkansas team who has a dude on Friday. For whatever reason, LSU can't hit lefties. This guy's a lefty with a very funky delivery. He's 91, 92 from the left side. That seems to be LSU's kryptonite. For whatever the reason is, look at what happened this weekend. We faced 3 straight lefties this weekend. We put up 10 total runs. This is a team that averages almost 10 runs a game throughout the year. So, for whatever reason, softer lefties. If DJ Primo was on a different team, he'd fucking kill LSU. Sitting at 81 or 88. He'd fucking kill LSU. Okay?
Yeah.
But for some reason, something tells me that, especially canceling tonight's game, Jay is getting someone in there. I don't know who. Former Tiger, former big leaguer, former something. He's getting somebody in there that's going to give some kind of motivational speech, some kind of talking point, some kind of key that hasn't been there all year. Jay is also doing what Jay does best and motivating these guys. And I truly believe that this Arkansas series will be an absolute stamp on the year for LSU. I think, as much as I love LSU, as much as I just want to say sweep, just to say sweep, I truly believe LSU is at home after a hard road weekend. You're going to have 12,000 behind you Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I can't see them losing because this team is just too good. The bats cannot be this silent for this long. Okay. I saw something today, and here's what's scary if you're an LSU fan. Where's that one I saw today? The last 12 games for LSU, they're 5-7. Team batting average is 225. Team ERA is 4.11. Runs per game. As I said just a couple minutes ago, this is a team that almost averaged 10 runs a game going into A&M. Almost averaged it. Their last 12 games, their runs per game, 4.6. 4.6. You cannot keep this talented of a team down for much more longer than 12 games. This cannot go on for much longer. And if it does, you certainly cannot carry this into the SEC tournament because you will be one and done. Okay? This is the weekend that you have got to get hot. Derek Curiel, you go 1 for whatever this weekend. Stanley went 0 for, I'm pretty sure. He had a game with, no, he got 1 hit. He had a game with 4 strikes, 0 for 4, 4 Ks. Golden sombrero for Stanley. Jones went 5 for something. He was the better hitter of the, or 4 for something. We had 6 hits total between the 3. Jared Jones had 4 of them. You are not keeping this team. LSU, you cannot stay at this rate and compete postseason wise. It can't happen. Okay? It can't happen. Right now, you got canceled game tonight. You got Arkansas for 3, no midweek, South Carolina at South Carolina for 3, and you have to sweep it. Go into SEC as a top 4 seed, all the momentum, you ride it to the championship or get bounced in the first game. I don't give a shit about the SEC tournament. Do whatever you fucking do in the SEC tournament. Be ready to go when you're in Baton Rouge for the regional against 2, 3, and 4 that weekend. That's all I care about. I don't give a shit about SEC tournament. Be ready. You're not going to win the SEC outright, so who gives a shit about the tournament? Tennessee last year won the SEC outright and won the SEC tournament. great, awesome. Go for it if you got the opportunity to do it. We don't. It's fine. I don't give a shit about it. Be ready for a top 8 seed. Get yourself ready for a top 8 seed hosting at home, regional and super, and let's go to work in the postseason when it actually fucking matters.
That's what we think about Coach Jace's rant right there.
But
he gives him
seriously,
every
dude.
week, and I never really give him his praise. But if I talk for that long, I'd say fuck about 20.
Times?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Probably something would be thrown in there that would get us canceled at some point. That's just me. You might think you can cancel us. We're still going to do this. And we just haven't given you an option or haven't given you a reason yet to try. But dude, I definitely couldn't have said it any better. I think if we're being honest with ourselves, I think we have a chance. We have a chance to win the series. Arkansas is good. They're coming off a high. They're coming off a weekend where they swept Texas.
Yeah.
In the first game, they beat the dog shit out of them.
Yeah.
This is the number 1 team in the country, and they're winning. They're winning left and right. Texas is winning left and right, and all of a sudden, God damn it, Bill, fucking move!
Oh,
Come here.
anyway, shit over.
Yeah, she's doing something. But anyway,
Dude, they really beat the dog shit out of them all 3
they
games.
they beat the dog shit out of them all 3.
9-0, 6-1, 13-8.
Yeah, they put up a lot of runs against Texas. Texas scored, let's see, 9 runs all
9.
weekend.
Yeah.
And Arkansas scored, let's see, Justin
28.
Yeah. 28-9, they outscored Texas. They're coming off a high. This is a bad point in time to be an Arkansas Razorback because you are taking that high. And guess what? Game 1, you got Cade Anderson, and you're going to lose because you're like, oh, we just faced number 1 team in the country. There's no way we'd lose this.
Yep.
Well, guess what? It's time. You lose game 1, and then you got Einstein. I think if we lose a game, it's Sunday.
And that's if Kaysen doesn't start.
It's if Kaysen doesn't start. If Kaysen doesn't start, depending on who starts, we could lose Sunday. But even if Kaysen starts, he could go 3 1/3 again. He could go 3. He could go 2. It just depends on how games 1 and 2 play out. And if we say we win game 1 and Einstein goes 7 and it's a 1-0 game, you put Kaysen in there. Put Kaysen in there for the 8th and the 9th.
Got to get the series.
You got to get the series.
Got to get the series. All that matters.
That's, in my opinion, that's how you win it.
In fact, I say you got to put Kaysen in there. Currently, as it currently stands, I don't think you got to anymore. Maverick Grizzly's shown himself. Chase Shore's shown himself in the relief roles.
Okay, but Rizzy's shown himself in spurts. I've seen Rizzy shit the bed, but I've also seen Rizzy do well.
Yeah.
Right? Every time Kaysen comes out, yes, he went 3 1/3.
Yeah.
Right? But in that 3 1/3,
it was pretty damn good.
It wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
He didn't have a bad outing. I've seen Rizzy go out there and hit 3 guys in fucking row. I mean, well, I haven't seen that, but
Point remains, yeah.
But
yeah.
you
just
see
be
what I'm
wild
saying?
like that. Be
Kaysen doesn't do that.
No.
Kaysen doesn't do that. You throw Kaysen in there, let him dominate, right? I don't understand the whole Kaysen starting on Sunday. I don't know why you don't throw Cohen out there as your Sunday guy.
He's just been
I understand he's been too good out the pen, but you fucking throw him and you might not need a pen. You know what I mean? Like if you throw him on Sunday,
yeah.
Say you got Kaysen to go either Friday or Saturday, depending on the lead.
Yeah.
Right? If Einstein has another outing, which against Arkansas it'd be tough.
Yeah.
Because Arkansas can fucking hit. Obviously, they put up 28 runs against number 1 team in the country.
Right. They also lead the SEC in average.
Right.
They lead the SEC in homers. They lead the SEC in hits. They lead the SEC in slugging. They lead the SEC in on base percentage. And they lead the SEC in fielding percentage. Tied for first, actually.
Look, let me tell you this. This is our toughest matchup yet.
I agree.
Without a doubt.
I agree.
Everybody said, Tennessee's going to be tough when they come in here just because of the lately LSU-Tennessee rivalry, because Tennessee's been good, LSU's been good.
Right.
I think it's that. Dave Van Horn has something going on right now that is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's really good.
This is going to be
really
our toughest matchup yet. Texas, we won one. If we get swept here, I don't want to speak it into existence, but if we get swept here, I'm not sure how many people would be shocked.
And that's the thing. Like, as much as I want to say LSU sweeps, I will not be surprised if I'd be a little bit surprised just because it's at home.
If we get swept,
I'd
be a little bit surprised. Absolutely,
I'd be a little bit surprised, mostly because we're at home and you got Cade and you got Anthony.
Right,
like it's pretty fucking good. And you got Zach, you got Kaysen that you can go to.
Yeah,
late in games if needed, and Rizzy and Shores.
I think Cohen. I think Cohen's
these guys,
our Sunday guy.
These guys are fucking good, dude. Like, they're number 7 in the country for a reason. And when you look at overall record, this is the second best record in the country of teams, or third best record in the country of teams that are ranked in the top 25. The first best record isn't Texas. The first best record is West Virginia, ranked at number 12 right now at 37-9. This is, I don't know what the win percentage is off the top of my head because I can't do math that fast. This is strictly win-loss record. Number 2 is Texas at 38-8. Number 3, Arkansas, 40-9. This is the only 40-win top 25 team in the country. Might be the only 40-win team in the country. That's D1. Okay? This is a team that is really good. Really good.
Yeah, I mean,
and the only reason they're number 7 with a 40-9 record is because they lost 3 straight series before sweeping Texas, which is also why they didn't jump farther up than that.
37-9 for West Virginia. The win percentage is 804.
So what's 40-9? 804.
40-9.
40-9. What does that win percentage come out to?
860.
Okay, so they got the best win percentage. They got the best record.
Yeah.
This is an absolute. I agree 100% with you that this is absolutely the hardest test that LSU has had. And 2 weeks ago, sure, it was Tennessee, but 2 weeks ago, Arkansas had lost the series and then lost another series.
This is 100% our toughest test yet this weekend.
This is going to be an absolute battle, and I'm so excited that I'll actually be able to see every single game this time. It's going to be a lot of fun. This is just SEC baseball.
I don't know if I will or not. I might be able to.
Dude, this is just SEC baseball at its absolute peak.
Yeah.
Right here, man. This
100%.
This is so good. Oh.
If you're a casual fan, this is a series you want to watch this weekend.
Yeah. Dude, man, it's good baseball just everywhere. I mean, this is good pitching matchups. Like I said, I'm super interested in this Friday series, this Friday night game. You got 2 lefties. We know what K can do. Second in the country in strikeouts behind Liam by 1. Know what K can do. Arkansas's got this this lefty that's a little softy, 90-92, funky delivery. Absolutely dominated Texas, held them to 0.
Yeah.
This is a guy, but also Arkansas ain't played in front of 12,000 yet. 13,000.
No, and that's the tough part.
You might think you face real battles in front of 4,000, 5,000. No. Put 12,000 in front of 12,500, 13, 13,300 that are all screaming go Tigers and LSU. And
I'm about to say not only 12,000 screaming their fucking head off.
Screaming their head off every time LSU gets a hit. Not to mention that bullpen that he warms up in, you got about 4,000 that's surrounding you the entire time you're warming up.
100%.
This is, again, I don't want to get on here and say LSU is going to sweep as much as I want to, because I think that's the capability. But I also think the capability is to get swept.
Correct.
Easily, by the way.
Depends on what LSU shows up.
This team is very good. This Arkansas team is extremely good. It's going to be a fantastic battle. I can't wait for Friday. This is kind of our breakdown of the weekend too, so I don't know when we'll record again. But this is kind of the breakdown.
Know either I
know you're busy with work and stuff. You're working 11, 12 hours and unfortunately only getting paid for 8, but beyond the point. But it's just one of those things where we're over these next 7-8 weeks, we're going to kind of get in here as much as we can, as often as we can, but it might not be as much as 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Coach Rob got a new job. We congratulate him for it. He's going to be an operator at a major plant, the biggest in all the country, actually. So it's awesome for him. He's in training right now, but we'll get in here when we can, and we'll talk LSU baseball. We'll talk some MLB news, which there really wasn't major breaking news besides Casas being done for the year. Man, I hate that for him. If you watch the Red Sox thing,
this is news to me. I've been out of the loop for a little bit.
Yeah, Casas was running down the baseline, had a little tapper to the pitcher, and had he been 100% out the box, would have been safe. Realized he could have been safe about about a quarter, 2/4, halfway down the line, 3/4 of the way down the line, and really turned the Jets on. Reached out for the bag. Fucking complete rupture of his left patellar tendon. He is out for the year. Did have successful surgery, so that's really about the only. Well, I guess there's a little bit there. One thing, Royals hit a team record, 7 home runs in one game,
which is insane.
Yeah, this is a team that had the least amount
for
of
some
homers.
teams to hit like 2 or 3.
Yeah, they hit 7, and this is the team that was least in homers in the entire MLB, and they hit 7 in a game. So that's really all the big time MLB news. Obviously, we can get on here and talk about who's winning, who's not, who's doing this, who's doing that. We're not doing that right now. That'll come in a month and a half when college baseball's over with.
So okay? I think here's the deal. I think we go college baseball ends, right? National championship. I think we take a tad bit, maybe like a week or 2.
Okay.
Of a hiatus.
It's good with me.
And then we hit MLB, we hammer MLB.
MLB news, what Acuna's going to be doing when he comes back.
Well, he should be back by then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He should be back this fucking month.
That's what I'm saying. But by that point,
is he supposed to be this back?
Is he supposed to be? Yeah, supposed to be late this month. But I mean, that's really it for the MLB news. Like big news that's out there. But I don't know, dude. It's gonna be a fucking battle.
Yeah,
I can't wait. What else you got? You good?
I don't know. I think I'm good.
Okay.
Congratulations to someone. I don't know. I mean, for doing something. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, we'll get back up in here at some point and congratulate hopefully LSU. But
no one still has challenged me in MLB show. I kind of can't play right now, but
I was about to say I don't think you've been playing much, good.
I played Sunday. Sunday.
You did.
And did pretty damn good.
Notification.
And they're pretty damn good.
Yeah, I got the notification. Drop 3 comes out Friday. I dropped 3, but third inning comes out Friday.
Yeah, I know, and I still haven't completed the second inning. I really want to.
I'll be buying the second inning. One player.
Already did that.
Yeah, I'll get the second inning second player, but
I'm at 44. You need to be at 45 to get the other, and correct. So I literally just need to play for an hour, and I think I'll be fine.
Yeah, well, you got 3 days to do it, Coach. All right. Well, anyway, that's catching up on LSU's weekend and previewing this weekend versus a very good Arkansas team. Anything can happen this weekend, so. Y'all go like us and subscribe and share, and we appreciate everybody that's been watching. I know we uploaded the last episode within a day. I looked, we already had like 23 or 25 views or something. So cool to see the views going up. Cool to see everybody tuning in. The likes, the shares, and everything, man. It's awesome. So y'all keep tuning in. Y'all keep listening. Hopefully, if anything, we're making y'all laugh because of just how goofy we are here. And how much we say.
I don't know who the fuck's goofy over here.
So we have a lot of fun, and that's what it's all about. So thank y'all for tuning in. Follow us on the socials. I'm Coach Jace. That's Coach Rob. And we're your boys with Diamond Deck Discussions, and we are Hunting Filtered.